Introduction. In grad school, I made the mistake of trying to be the master of everything, not just a jack of all trades, but a master of them all. To be fair to myself, schools kind of force students to do this. Higher education in the sciences tries to churn out people who will know everything, at least initially, but there's hardly enough time to be an expert in your field, let alone all the others. The world doesn't reward the fact that I know about various areas of science, philosophy, and history. The world rewards me for my subject matter expertise, especially now that I'm older. I'm rewarded for my ability to teach, communicate, network, and outreach about physics. Learning that lesson early will become a powerful tool for a young, aspiring scientist. If I could go back and advise my former self, I would argue that instead of casting a wide net, I should concentrate on one field. I wish I had focused, blocked out time, and spent those sessions going deep into studies of an individual area, rather than trying to scatter my interests and brainpower. We can illustrate focus with the acronym FOCUS. Follow one course until successful. We only have so much attention. We only have so much time. We live in an ultra-distracted world. There is an astronomical number of productivity resources, such as books, podcasts, and seminars. These all teach precious lessons to help you accomplish more in less time. I'd like us to spill more ink or electrons on the value of doing less, at least in academia. You're encouraged to take so many classes in school, even at the higher levels of most graduate programs, and they each demand very different skill sets. I want us to focus on fewer skill sets instead, with the goal of building deeper expertise in each. I want us to narrow the aperture and focus on what really will make a difference in your life and career. You can start a fire by concentrating sunlight through a magnifying glass, but not if you keep moving the glass around. You don't need to know everything, even if you could do so. New information will arise to the forefront a moment later, making your recently conquered knowledge base obsolete. Either that or some AI system will just come along and ingest all your learnings in a fraction of its training data. This is easier to understand once you're older. You expect that you can and should be a Renaissance person, but it's enough to know one thing well. It's more than enough. That's exemplified by the Nobel Laureates in this book, who all became masters of one specific area within one discipline. They applied deep focus in a single domain, and that led to their success. As a preview of this slim volume, here is a sampling of the toolkits we will encounter. Nobel Caliber Intellectual Ability. Anybody can adopt the success traits and habits, the intellectual tools that these Nobel Prize winners incorporate. Play and enjoyment as fuel for focus. Giorgio Parisi encourages scientists to choose research projects that are amusing, fun, or pleasurable to them to maintain their focus and motivation. This can be effective for a younger audience, as it reframes the often intimidating process of scientific inquiry as something to be enjoyed and explored with a sense of glee and wonder. Intentional focus and distraction blocking. Make the intentional choices many Nobel Prize winners employ to shun new, shiny distractions. This is especially important in today's technology-saturated world. We'll share practical strategies for time blocking, really distraction blocking, and energy management. You'll see how astronomer Brian Schmidt employs the time boxing method to balance periods of creative growth with time for rest and recovery.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?